Next, we want to talk about maintenance in your gutters, especially in the winter time. Before winter rolls around, please have an opportunity to have someone inspect your gutters or take a look and make sure that any leaves or any other debris from vegetation is not clogging the gutters. We want to make sure that those gutters are flowing cleanly as we go into the winter season, because what happens is a common element called ice damming. And ice damming is a function of a warming of a roof surface, and then at night the freezing of the roof surface, which creates, when it warms, we have water that runs off the surface, and then at night it freezes. And what it creates is this buildup of ice in your gutters. And eventually what happens is the ice gets high enough that water can no longer flow through. So it creates this ice dam situation that then backs up into your shingles. Ice damming is inevitable. The key thing is to watch for it. And when you have a lot of snowfall, we encourage you to grab a roof shovel. You can get one of these at your local big box stores like Home Depot or Lowe's, and they're typically about a 24-foot or a 26-foot section that you can rake off essentially about 2 feet of snow off between your gutter and your roof, and you can pull that down carefully, and that'll help to reduce the amount of ice damming that may be on your roof during the winter time. The most susceptible areas to ice damming are areas where the sun shines the most, right? So the south and the southwest and the western exposures of your home are typically most susceptible to ice dams. If you ever see icicles hanging on your gutters, chances are there's probably some formation of an ice dam. Now, sometimes it's not that big of a deal, but when you start to see a lot of icicles in an area, then you know you have an ice dam. You can hire a roofing contractor or someone that specializes in gutters, and they can go up and help you assess it and figure out what's going on, and maybe help you to kind of break it up a little bit so it doesn't back up into the shingles, and eventually when it melts, drop down into your living spaces of your home. Another thing to mention that'll help minimize ice damming too is to remove the sections of downspout, the extensions, in the fall, because any water that may collect in there or freeze up will back up into the downspout and will also continue to hold water back from leaving the gutter, which creates even a larger ice damming situation. So we strongly recommend that in the fall you remove those gutter extensions before we start to get into winter conditions that will allow for freezing.